The day will come when we will name names other than Sean Combs, and there's a lot of names. It's a long list already. And of course, I already know who some of these individuals are, but because of the nature of this case, we're gonna make damn sure that we're right before we do that.
Because, once you get there, the party really starts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I promise you I'm not gonna let you down on this big one.
I was Ellen DeGeneres, hanging with Sean Diddy Combs at all of those infamous parties. Why is her name now popping up in whispers online, and different people are now bringing up her ties to Diddy now that his legal world is burning down?
As shocking as it might sound, more celebrities are getting dragged in this messy Diddy trial. From glitzy all-white parties to federal raids and blackmail tapes, Diddy's story has gone from bad to downright terrifying. And now, celebs are allegedly fleeing as fast as they can to make it out before jail time. We are talking about the likes of Ellen DeGeneres, Oprah, and get this, Prince Harry. Let's start with what had everybody's jaw on the floor: the term freakoffs. It's been established through investigation and allegations in multiple lawsuits that Diddy did not act alone. Nope, this guy had other people helping him and letting him do all the nasty things he allegedly did without batting an eye. And we are talking about celebrities and personalities in the industry, y'all. So, if Diddy is proven guilty, they'll also be as guilty as him. I mean, letting him do anything he wants without telling him to stop? That's just bad. Now that the freak-off is out in the public, it was reported that other celebs are trying to escape. Why? Well, there's a big chance they know what's happening behind closed doors. For example, Diddy's 50th birthday in 2019 looked like the Grammys and Met Gala had a baby. We're talking Leonardo DiCaprio, Jay-Z, Beyoncé, the whole roster of Hollywood elites. And don't forget his infamous white parties, which started in 1998. Diddy once said the early ones were a mix of Harlem street guys, socialites, and even a post-Titanic Leo DiCaprio. But by 2009, when Ashton Kutcher co-hosted the last one, the vibe was starting to shift. Yes, I am not making this up. At one point, Diddy even warned people during one of these parties that the kids had to leave before the real fun started. And by fun, we now know he meant something far more disturbing. And get this, actor Brandon T. Jackson said Denzel Washington gave him the rule: leave 30 minutes before the devil shows up. Marlon Wayans also caught heat for an old tweet praising Diddy's parties, but he clarified that he always left before things got dark. He even joked about leaving at 3:30 a.m., clearly missing the freak-off window.
You been to a P. Diddy party?
Nigga, don't try to put the power bottom spirit on me, nigga. He trying to put the power bottom spirit on me. Bro.
Power bottom spirit.
Y'all wild for that.
I'm just saying.
I leave 30 minutes for the devil get there. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, there you go.
That's what Denzel told me. Leave 30 minutes for the devil get there. That's it.
Fast forward to the 2024 raid on Diddy's homes. Agents uncovered firearms, defaced AR-15s, and hundreds of electronic devices. Then there were the props: over 1,000 bottles of baby oil, nearly 800 adult toys, and entire rooms set up like adult film sets. Costco even had to publicly deny selling Diddy all that baby oil. That's how wild this got. One Homeland Security agent said it best: Diddy was just as bad as Epstein. The mansion had hidden cameras recording people from every angle, many of whom reportedly had no idea they were being filmed.
California, where Homeland Security agents have raided the home of rapper Sean Diddy Combs, as well as his studio in Miami, as part of an ongoing sex trafficking investigation.
Now let's talk about the celebrity names caught up in this mess. Ever since Cassie Ventura filed her bombshell lawsuit, things had been crazy, not only for Diddy, but also for the entire Hollywood industry. Why? Well, there's a big chance that more names are going to be mentioned as the trial unfolds. And other A-list celebs can spend jail time with Diddy if all the nasty allegations are proven. And speaking of names popping up where they shouldn't, let's talk about Ellen DeGeneres.
So you mean to tell me this is why Ellen fled the country? With the trial just getting underway less than 24 hours ago, she was popping up all over the guest list, but this is where things get weird. Even on one of the final episodes of her show before it got canceled, she might have said a little bit too much.
Ellen DeGeneres' peculiar nickname for Sean Diddy Combs has resurfaced, raising eyebrows amid the rapper's recent arrest on sex crime charges. Now, let's rewind real quick. Back in 2016, Ellen tweeted Diddy a birthday message. Pretty normal, right? But it wasn't just "Happy birthday, Diddy." Nope. She wrote, "Happy birthday, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, or as I call him, Cuddle McSnuggle stuff. You don't need to know why." What? That tweet didn't raise too many flags back then. But now, with Diddy being tied to some of the darkest allegations in recent celebrity history, including trafficking, abuse, and those infamous freak-off parties, people are side-eyeing that Cuddle McSnuggle stuff nickname like never before. Then, enter Elon Musk. In late 2024, Musk reposted a screenshot of Ellen's tweet with just one emoji. That one little emoji sent X into full-blown conspiracy mode. Fans started flooding the comments with questions. Like this one user who wrote, "Definitely more to the friendship," because she was talking about her getting invited to his party. And the two different parties, the freak-off party and I guess just a regular party, isn't that interesting. Now, some are saying this might be the reason why Ellen decided to leave the USA. Ellen and her wife, Portia de Rossi, quietly sold off their $40 million Montecito estate and moved to the British countryside in the Cotswolds. Like, out of nowhere. No farewell tour, no big announcement, just gone. And this wasn't just about retiring. People are saying Ellen saw the heat coming and got out before things boiled over. Let's not forget, Ellen's own legacy was already taking hits. Her daytime talk show ended in 2022 after 19 seasons, but not on a high note. Multiple former employees came forward, accusing the show of being a toxic work environment. Some guests even backed up the claims. Ellen went from "be kind to one another" to being dragged all over social media for allegedly turning a blind eye to workplace bullying. She tried to clear her name in a Netflix stand-up special, but even then, she admitted she hated how things ended. And get this, Diddy reportedly had a financial link to Elon Musk. Yep, court docs revealed that a fund connected to Diddy actually helped finance Musk's $44 billion takeover of Twitter in 2022. So when Elon said, "I wonder how many people knew about this," it wasn't just shade, it was suspicion. So let's piece this together. Ellen's oddly cozy nickname for Diddy, her sudden retirement and low-key move overseas, Diddy's explosive legal troubles, Elon Musk is stirring the pot, and social media is ready to connect dots with string and pushpins like it's a crime board in a detective show. Coincidence? Maybe not. Ellen may be mowing her lawn in the English countryside, but the gossip is still growing wild. Moving on, we have another TV host in the mix. I am talking about no other than Oprah Winfrey. Yes, Oprah, queen of daytime TV, billionaire media mogul, and everybody's favorite auntie with the book club and the garden. You get a car, you get a car. But guess what ain't nobody getting? A single word from Oprah about her longtime friend Sean Diddy Combs and the mess he's found himself tangled up in. And y'all, if you know Oprah, then you know this ain't normal. This woman has never been shy about using her platform to speak on controversial topics. She's taken down meat industries, she's tackled abuse in Hollywood, and she even sat down with Prince Harry and Meghan to spill royal tea hotter than the kettle. So why are there crickets when it comes to Diddy? In case you don't know, Oprah and Diddy go way back. We're talking interviews, award shows, and multiple moments that gave the public a glimpse into their mutual respect. Remember that 2006 interview? Oprah asked Diddy about where the name Puff Daddy came from, and chilly, he straight up said, "I can't look you in the eye and explain that one." That's how close they were. He respected her too much to lie, but still wasn't ready to tell her everything. And when Diddy opened up about his 1999 weapons possession trial during that same interview, Oprah didn't just nod and smile. She went deep. She asked him how it changed him, what it meant for his legacy. It was vulnerable, emotional. Diddy even said the trial made him want to give more to the world through his music, his projects, his entire brand. So now fast forward to 2024 to 2025. Diddy's name is at the center of one of the darkest scandals in the entertainment industry. And yet, silence from Oprah. Not a single Instagram post, no tweets, not even a cryptic quote in a garden. Nothing. And you already know what that silence is doing. People are speculating like crazy. Some think Oprah is distancing herself for legal reasons. Others believe she knows way more than she's letting on. A few people even dragged her into wild theories online, saying she's part of that club of elite celebs who knew about what Diddy was allegedly doing but stayed hush. Because let's be honest, Oprah's legacy is untouchable, or at least it was. But the more she stays quiet, the more people wonder if there's more to the story. It's like she's trying to disappear behind that perfect smile and designer garden gloves while the rest of Hollywood burns. So here's the thing. Maybe Oprah's silence is her statement. Maybe she's saying, I'm not getting involved, or maybe she's waiting. For what? Nobody knows. But one thing's for sure. If Oprah does ever decide to speak on this baby, the internet might not survive it. Moving on, we have the ever-famous Leo. Back in the late 90s and early 2000s, Leonardo DiCaprio was a regular fixture at Diddy's legendary white parties. These events, known for their all-white dress code and star-studded guest lists, were the epitome of Hollywood glamour. Photos from that era capture a young DiCaprio laughing and mingling with Diddy and other celebrities, embodying the carefree spirit of the time. However, as the years progressed, Leonardo's presence at such events dwindled. Sources close to the actor have emphasized that he hasn't been in contact with Diddy for years and had no involvement in the more controversial aspects of Diddy's parties, such as the alleged freak-offs that have come under legal scrutiny. In recent times, with Diddy facing serious allegations and legal challenges, he has further distanced himself from the music mogul. The resurfacing of old party photos has prompted discussions, but insiders maintain that Leo interactions with Diddy were limited to social gatherings from decades ago. It's clear that while he once participated in the vibrant social scene that included Diddy's white parties, he has since moved on, focusing on his acting career and environmental activism, and has maintained a distance from the controversies surrounding his former acquaintance. He is making sure his name will not get dragged into the dirt Diddy is in. Okay, now let's talk about Ashton Kutcher. All right, y'all, let's get into this because things just got real awkward for Ashton Kutcher. Yeah, Mr. Punked himself is now looking like the one who got played by none other than Sean Diddy Combs. And no, this ain't a Hollywood plot twist. This is real life, and Ashton might be sweating a little more than usual these days. So, Ashton Kutcher has been keeping a real low profile lately. And I mean real low. No red carpets, no goofy Instagram reels, no punked-style antics. Just him, a friend, and a hiking trail in LA. But y'all, the cameras still caught him, and he wasn't giving the usual fun-loving Ashton energy.
How is Ashton Kutcher creepy? Let me count the ways. And we did. For this week's podcast episode, we cover number 1, Diddy and Ashton Kutcher's friendship. It's been going on for over 20 years. It started when Diddy called up Ashton Kutcher when he had his TV show Punked, and he was basically like, I hear that you're going to punk me. You don't want to do that. Let's make a deal. Even with Punked, he was like very suspicious and creepy.
Man looked tense, serious, and kinda like he had a million thoughts running through his head. And now we know why. Because with Diddy's sex trafficking and racketeering case exploding in the media, a whole bunch of names from his social circle are suddenly being watched, and Ashton Kutcher? Yup, he's one of them. Now let's rewind a bit. Back in the day, Ashton and Diddy were actually pretty tight. I'm talking about the early 2000s MTV era tight. Ashton was out here hosting Punked, and Diddy had making the band poppin'. They weren't just bumping shoulders at parties, they were collaborating on shows, co-hosting events, and making Hollywood look like one big VIP section. Word on the curb?
Friends, they started watching football together, they would go on runs together, they co-hosted a white party together. They've been really good friends for 20 plus years. And of course, despite that, now all of Ashton Kutcher's sources are saying he never in a million years would have even guessed that Diddy could have been doing something like that, which is crazy.
Ashton didn't just attend some of Diddy's iconic white parties, he co-hosted one in 2009. Yeah, that 2009 white party. The same ones that people now allege were more than just champagne and Ciroc. They were allegedly the breeding grounds for some of the darkest freak-off behavior now being investigated. According to multiple lawsuits, those events may have included drugging, coercion, secret recordings, and worse. And even though Ashton hasn't been accused of anything directly, y'all already know how this works. Guilt by association is real in the court of public opinion, especially when party pics and celebrity hangouts start resurfacing. In fact, Ashton even low-key admitted in a 2019 interview on Hot Ones that some of those Diddy party memories were weird. That's his word, weird.
What do you have here, Rob? What clip is this with Kutcher?
So this is Ashton Kutcher. He was on the Hot Ones.
Go ahead. No, it's okay.
Diddy party stories, they're our favorite genre of anecdote. If you have one, yeah.
Wow, okay, I've got a lot. I can't tell. Can't tell that one either. I mean, I'm like actually cycling through them. There was one moment, so it's not really a party story, but our relationship was really bizarre. So it started over punked, because he was like, yo,
don't punk
you
me.
can't punk me.
But of course, he didn't go into detail. He just kind of laughed it off like, ha 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 ha, Diddy party stories, man. But looking back now, that clip hits very differently. Now, sources close to Ashton are speaking up and saying he's deeply concerned about being linked to any of this mess. One insider told In Touch Weekly that Ashton is seriously worried he could get dragged into the legal chaos. They said, and I quote, "People are angry and they want answers." And with rumors floating around that Ashton could be subpoenaed, the tension is getting thick. Apparently, some of these lawsuits claim that the parties Diddy threw were secretly recorded. And not just with red carpet cameras, y'all. We're talking about possible blackmail-level recordings. Some people are speculating Ashton might have been filmed or even unknowingly caught in the mix, especially during those wild white party nights. Now, to be fair, Ashton's team is standing firm. They're saying he's got nothing to hide, and that every interaction he's had with Diddy was above board, strictly social or business, and nothing shady. One source even told People magazine, Ashton has only interacted with Diddy in social and business settings, all of which have been documented by the media. Still, just like we've seen with other celebrities caught in Diddy's orbit, once your name comes up, it's hard to shake it. And Ashton knows that. That's why he's been focusing on his family, his wife Mila Kunis, and their 2 kids. But even that's not without drama, because the internet's been speculating that Mila ain't too happy with all this attention right now either. And with their marriage already being picked apart in the press, this scandal just added more fuel to the fire. One insider even told the media, he's anxious about being caught up in something he had no part in. And honestly, who wouldn't be? The way this Diddy case is unraveling, it's like every few days another celebrity name gets mentioned, and Ashton's trying real hard to make sure he ain't the next headline. So let's be clear, as of now, Ashton hasn't been charged, hasn't been subpoenaed, and isn't officially involved in the case. But just the possibility of being connected to Diddy's alleged freak-offs has him walking on eggshells. The actor is allegedly getting scared that Diddy will name-drop him during the hearing. All right, we're sliding straight from Ashton Kutcher into another unexpected name getting caught in the Diddy drama, and this one right here, it might shock you even more. I'm talking about none other than Steve Harvey. Yup, Mr. Family Feud himself. The king of clean comedy, the guy with the mustache so tight it could probably cut glass. That Steve Harvey. Now, before y'all start screaming, not Steve, let's break this all the way down. Because while Steve has kept his nose relatively clean in the entertainment game, some receipts are starting to resurface and they're painting a different kind of picture when it comes to his connection to Diddy. Back in September 2016, Diddy was out here doing what fans thought was a good deed. He pledged $1 million to Howard University for the Sean Combs Scholarship Fund. Big check, big performance, and big applause from the public. And one of the people cheering him on? You guessed it, Steve Harvey. Steve hopped on X and praised Diddy, saying he was doing a world of good for these kids. Now, that tweet flew under the radar for a minute. Nobody thought too hard about it until Diddy got arrested in September 2024 on those explosive charges. Sex trafficking, racketeering, the whole FBI-level shebang. And what did Steve do next? He deleted the tweet. Like, gone. Wiped from the timeline like it never happened. Now y'all already know, when somebody scrubs their social media after a scandal, it doesn't look good. People started wondering, why would Steve erase that praise 7 years later? Was he just trying to protect his image? Or is there more to the story?
So now the story is that Steve Harvey and Diddy have been in a relationship for the past 25 years. And when I first heard that, I was like, okay, maybe. Okay, I'm not ruling anything out at this point, but there have been a lot of rumors, a lot of things that, you know, maybe haven't been true, not proven yet.
Because let's not forget, this wasn't some casual tweet and nothing else. Steve and Diddy actually spent time together. Like real time. In August 2019, Steve, his wife Marjorie, and his stepdaughter Lori Harvey were spotted vacationing with Diddy in Italy. Not just waving at each other across a yacht, they were sitting down, eating meals together. Diddy was all cozied up with the Harvey family like he was the cool uncle or something. And here's where it gets messy. Messy. While they were in Italy, paparazzi caught Lori Harvey, 22 at the time, looking very friendly with Diddy, who was 49. Photos show her placing her hand on the back of his neck, leaning in real close. And the internet? Y'all know we don't miss anything.
Y'all, in the midst of all this P. Diddy scandal, I forgot about this. These two were the most random couple that had came about. I remember when these two publicly came out that they were together, everybody was looking like...
Rumors exploded that Lori and Diddy were dating. To make it even messier, people thought she used to date Diddy's son, Justin Combs. Now, for the record, Lori never dated Justin. At least, not officially. But still, even the possibility had people side-eyeing the whole situation. And Steve never said a word. Didn't defend Diddy, didn't deny the rumors, just stayed silent, which, honestly, might have been the smartest move at the time. Fast forward to now, with Diddy's trial blowing up in the media, and names like Michael B. Jordan, Kid Cudi, and even Barack Obama getting thrown around in the wildest testimony you ever heard. People are going back to the Harvey-Diddy connection, and let's just say, fans got questions. Like, was Steve Harvey really unaware of what was going on at these parties? Did he ever attend a freak-off? Was he just on the yacht sipping lemonade? Or did he know about the allegations floating behind the scenes? To be fair, no evidence has surfaced tying Steve Harvey to any criminal activity. None. But the timing of that tweet deletion, the cozy vacation, and the fact that the trial's witness list is growing by the day, that's enough for the court of public opinion to start drawing bold connections. Now, insiders are saying Steve is doing everything in his power to distance himself from the mess. One Hollywood PR source even whispered, Steve's trying to make this whole thing disappear. He's furious that old footage and tweets are resurfacing. And y'all, I get it. When you're a public figure known for clean-cut churchy vibes, the last thing you want is your name floating around in a federal trafficking trial. But it's too late. The internet's got the screenshots, the yacht pics, and the timeline. Steve might not be in court, but he's definitely in the conversation. So now, just like Ashton Kutcher, Steve Harvey is walking that same tightrope trying to keep his name clean while the Diddy downfall drags everyone and their mama down with it. Last but definitely not least, we can't forget about Prince Harry. Yup, you heard that right. Even the royal can't get away from this Diddy scandal. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have been trying to live their best non-royal life in the good old USA ever since they said, nah, we're out to royal duties. But somehow, even across the pond, the drama keeps finding them like glitter at a cheerleader convention. And the latest mess? A tabloid article from The Sun that boldly splashed this headline on their front page. Harry named in P. Diddy sex traffic case. Yup, that was real. Now, before we get it twisted, Harry was not accused of any wrongdoing. The article even admitted 4 paragraphs that Harry had only met Diddy once, and that was back in 2007 after a tribute concert for Princess Diana. But you know how it goes. That headline alone was enough to light the internet on fire and have people giving Harry the side eye like, wait, what are you doing at freak-off parties, Your Highness? But here's the real kicker. Prince Harry claims that the whole article was revenge. Straight-up retaliation. In court documents tied to his lawsuit against News Group newspapers, aka the same people who run The Sun, Harry said they were coming for him because he had the nerve to sue them for phone hacking and shady private investigators. And this was their payback. According to Harry, that article and others like it didn't just mess with his mental health, but it deeply affected Meghan and even their kids. He said the constant negative coverage painted him as a traitor to his family, a liar, and now allegedly linked to a sex trafficking case? Phew, baby. That'll make anyone want to stay inside and hug a therapy dog. And y'all, this isn't just gossip. As part of a legal settlement earlier this year, NGN actually apologized to Harry for years of unlawful news gathering, including phone hacking and hiring sketchy PIs to follow him around like they were in some low-budget spy thriller. But now, people are starting to speculate. Like, was Harry trying to really escape something deeper when he packed up the royal titles and dipped to Cali? Was he trying to get ahead of something, or just run from the circus that's only gotten louder with time? 'Cause let's be real, the man left behind palaces and parades and ended up in court fighting tabloid lies about Diddy's freak-offs. If that ain't chaos, I don't know what is. And with all this tension between Harry, his brother Prince William, and King Charles, who Harry now says might be near death, people are starting to wonder if there's something even bigger brewing behind the scenes. Like maybe Harry knew he'd be the royal scapegoat one day, so he bounced early. Or maybe he's trying to clean up a mess before it swallows his family whole. Whatever the truth is, this story is giving a royal scandal with a hip-hop plot twist, and we are barely scratching the surface. One thing's for sure, this tea is hot, the headlines are messy, and Prince Harry just might be sipping chamomile, wondering how in the world he got dragged into this kind of drama. Now, we all know this scandal isn't slowing down anytime soon. Celebrities, executives, and insiders are panicking, and we are expecting to hear more. But what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments, and see you on the next one.